Greetings, greetings. Queen Witchy here with Queen of Forces Healing Ministries. Here with another video that I have been promising myself and others that I wanted to do for a very long time. This video, as you can see from the title, is about getting a reading specifically with me, but I will also include a few tips in general for people. Like I said, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and lately I've been reading for a lot of new clients. So a lot of things have come up, and I think it's a good idea to have this. So I will refer people to this video before they have readings with me, because I think the information that I'm going to share is going to be very helpful. As you see, I get to show off one of my new banners, because I am the Queen of Forces and the Force of Fire. Did y'all see that? Anyway, the Force of Fire is here, offering lots of support, lots of purification, lots of energy, passion, confidence. We just had our summer solstice, the energy, the fire vibe. It's really happening right now. And I am balancing that with some literal water here, blue candle. And of course, you see my sunflowers are still there. Got my earth and air and spirit. It's all right here. But fire is our element of force we're highlighting right now. Okay, so we're giving thanks to all the elements and forces, all the benevolent energies and forces of the universe, multiverses, throughout all space and time. We give thanks, and here we go. So, all right, what is it like getting a reading with me? First of all, any tarot reading or whatever kind of divination tool people are using, but especially for me, I am a healer. I am a healer, meaning I am a conduit for healing energy, a channel, whatever you want to call it. But I am a healer. My readings are to help you heal. Okay? I'm not, the how we have the typical fortune teller type attitude towards certain readers or whatever. My readings are for healing, and I take them very seriously. And anybody wanting a reading from me needs to take it very seriously, because this is not a game. I am here as a vessel for healing to assist you on your healing journey. Any reading with me would be for the sole purpose of helping you through your healing process. Okay? That being said, if you just want to know about a relationship that you're addicted to, maybe I'm not the person for you. I don't advertise love readings. If love comes up in a reading, it comes up. But I'm not let me go to her to see if I can get my man back. If getting your man back is a part of your healing process, it will come up and it will be addressed. Okay? But my readings are what I call free flowing. They're absolutely intuitive. I do not use specific spreads. When it's time, I just shuffle the cards. I take care of my cards. I clear my energy. We do all that stuff. I do my own little way to prep for my readings. And I just shuffle, and when it's time to put the cards down, I put them down. However many needs to be put down, in whatever way they come out. That's how they have always been for me, and that's been working. At some point, if I feel there needs to be more cards pulled, then we'll pull more. But generally speaking, I don't have a specific format except for what I'm telling you. And that format is free flowing. I follow the guidance of my spirit team, and when you're having a reading with me, then your spirit team is there and they give me information as well. I'm also a medium. Many of you know that. So you could get a message from anybody, whatever benevolent force is allowed to enter into our space at the time of your reading. Hey, if they can communicate with me in a way that I can understand, then I'm going to tell you what they say. And that's that. So I just let it come how it comes. And again, well, I don't know if I said this. No, I didn't say this. So I read with several different decks. If you have followed me for any amount of time, well, I haven't mentioned this probably but once or twice, but the Miss Cleo deck, that was my first deck. So say what you want to say, you know. But Miss Cleo deck was my very first deck. I use this deck very much. But generally speaking, whatever decks I'm guided to, those are the ones I will pick out. If in the very middle of your reading, I get the message, you know what? Go pick up the Golden Tarot, which is right here. Then I'll have to go get those, you know? So everything is guided. Everything is intuitive. And at the same time, of course, no reading is just like another. So as far as the type of information that may come out or what order of things we may do, you know, I don't know. This again, what I'm telling you is generally what you can expect. But because it's intuitive and spirit guided in the moment, anything can happen. Any safe thing can happen. Okay. So I got my notes here. So I want to, this video could be pretty long. I'm already at almost 8 minutes. So I imagine it's probably going to be a half hour or so. But I think it's important for me to do this. And from some of the clients I've spoken with, they would love this too. And it will help anybody who has not gotten a reading from me yet to understand what they can expect before they get one. Because I've had readings from people and I guess I had expectations, and then when I had the reading, it wasn't that I guess helpful, or wasn't what I expected. So it's kind of good to know the style of a reader before you get a reading from them. And you need to have some level of trust in your reader, okay? I've had this happen to me before, and it's so insulting. It's like sometimes people want to go for a reading to get information from, you know, a reader, prophet, or psychic, whatever you want to call people, just to test them. They don't really want the healing. They don't really want the reading. They just want to test them. And just know that that can come up, and most of us will know that, and it really can spoil your reading. Don't play with your own self. Don't just spend your money and just to test somebody. If you don't want to get a reading from them, if you don't like them, if you don't think their skills are whatever, then don't bother. You know, I just hate the fact that people waste their time doing things like that. So don't do that. Get a reading because you want a reading. So you can tell I'm sleepy, but we're going to keep on. So something else, as far as questions and the information you do want to get in your reading, whatever comes, comes. So I will not say to you, or this is how it's been going thus far, for all the years I've been reading. For all the years I've been reading, this is how I've done it. I have not, because it could change in the future, I guess. So I'll say that I have not ever asked anybody, send me your list of questions and blah, blah, blah. I really don't want to know much of anything about you before I read for you. I don't even like reading family and friends for a couple of reasons. But firstly, because if I'm close to you, then I pretty much know stuff about you and what's going on in your life. And I rather not know. I rather just whatever comes, comes. And I think that helps other people too, because again, especially those who are testing people, if you, if I already know much about you and then I tell you something related to something I already know, then you could, for those type of people, it could be like, oh well, she already knew that, or she already knew something about that, she just guessed. So that gets rid of all that, you know. And then when I have a reading with a client, I just think it's good for boundary sake. And that may change, or whatever. So usually my readings last 40 minutes up to an hour. And I do video, we could do phone. My favorite method, especially since we're doing more internet stuff now, my favorite method has become using Google Meets. That I like that. Of course, I've done Skype, Duo, WhatsApp, Zoom, those things. And I will hopefully remember to put this in the description box. But for phone readings or for messages to book, I may repeat this later. The number you can call to leave a message is 203-518-5335. And I'm taking, queenofforces@gmail. All right, but let's move on right now. Okay, and I don't currently record readings. If you want to record the reading, you can, but I do not right now consent of anybody. Like, say if we're doing a video reading, for you to post a clip of me and you in our reading. You have to have my consent for that. But if you want to record it for your personal review later, feel free to do so. And if in the future I begin to record, I of course will let you know. I'm trying to make sure my candle is not in the line of the fire thingamajig. Okay, so that's that. Block off some tips to help make sure you have the best reading possible. This one right here is of the utmost importance. Okay, block off your time. Have privacy. Have peace and quiet. Because let me tell you, I need to focus. All right. This Gemini mind is busy. I need to be able to focus and hear whatever people, entities, energies are relating to me. I need to be able to center and feel what's happening, sense what's happening, because I hear, feel, all of that stuff. All the clear audience, clairvoyance, all of those things. So I have yet to come to the point where outside distractions don't affect me. Even to the point, I really prefer my clients not to even speak much during the reading. A little nod, here and there is okay. But please, and I'm telling you this so that you could have the best reading possible with me, okay? This is not just pet peeve stuff. If you want a good reading, meaning you want the best information possible that's going to help you, you need to listen to me when I say I need you to keep it quiet so I can focus. I don't mean and put up a block, okay? Just relax and listen. okay? Because what you could be doing that time is maybe jotting down something that sticks out, especially if you were unable to record for whatever reason, or if you just don't want to record, you can just be there, just taking notes, any questions that come up. So have a pen and pad close by, you know, and be able to do that, because you could write down something, it may jog a thing, a memory, or a question. And so I'll say this now too, and if that does happen, if we have time at the end and for some reason something hasn't been addressed that was on your mind to know about, then we talk about it. As of yet, and I am proud to say this, I am very proud to say this, I'm going to toot my own horn. As of yet, any person that I can think of that's ever had a reading with me who has gotten quiet and let me do my thing with my peoples, for you, for them, has not left without questions on their mind that they wanted to know being addressed. I want you to think about what you want to know. I just don't want you to send me questions. Okay? I don't want that. If that ever changes, I'll let people know, but it has not been what has worked for me. I've never tried that. I don't want to try it. I like to do what I'm doing when I'm doing it. You know, if stuff comes to me, if somebody books a reading, of course, once you book your reading, then the doorway to communication, to information about you has been opened. So I could start getting messages before the actual reading happens. And what I try to do is, just make notes about that, and hold that information for the reading, unless spirit says, you need to say something right now. Okay. And I love that, because I just love it. So understand that too. Once you book a reading with a reader, you have now opened the door to access. Okay. And which is why you should trust the person that you're reading. You should have some level of trust. You should be able to sense from me if I'm the person to read for you. You should be able to sense from me that, okay, I can trust her, to some extent. You should at least be able to sense she ain't trying to hurt me. Okay? So I think that's important. If you're a person that's intuitive anyway, or highly intuitive, you'll pick on that easier. For those of us who are not, then, you keep an eye on me and see what you come up with. Because I'm not for everybody, and everybody isn't for me. That's just what it is. And so, let it be that. Don't get a reading from me if you don't feel comfortable for me. Don't just book a reading just because, I'm the first person you see. Sense something, feel it. Some of us get that immediate, okay, she's the one. I have had that happen to me, with different things in life. Somebody I don't know, haven't heard much about, haven't talked too much, if at all. And I can go, oh, that's it right there. That's the person I need, But if that doesn't happen, you could just wait it out and see. Okay? Excuse me. My chlorophyll water. Delicioso. Okay, moving on. Oh, cards. I don't know if I said this. So, like I said, I got a lot of cards, right? But you don't have to do a card reading if you don't want one. I don't need the cards to do the reading. I love the cards. Those are the first, I think, tangible divination tool that I ever began to use. This reading probably gonna be more than 30 minutes at this point. But I don't necessarily need the cards, because the messages are so intuitive anyway. And I also do readings where they're just straight mediumship. So there is no card, but the whole intent for those kinds of readings is just to receive messages from, you know, what we consider passed on loved ones. So that can be that, or just a straight up intuitive reading, and it comes just whatever. But that's kind of, both of them are, I wouldn't say identical, but kind of, because even with the mediumship, of course, that's intuition in a little different way, but kind of specific because again, the messages are coming from a certain person, entity, spirit. So with the cards, even with the cards, I just, whatever comes from them comes for them. You know, even when I started working with cards, like I didn't take a class, I didn't try to memorize what was what. I just flipped the cards and started seeing what came out and whatever. So, you know, I even taught tarot before, and it was the most challenging thing because intuitive tarot and teaching by the book is and the students wanted that. And I was like, you know what? I can't teach like this. So I said, here we go. We're just gonna flip some cards. We're gonna, we meditate, whatever. I'm like, this is for me, it's just about intuition. And you can learn those other things as they come. But if that's not for you, then you don't do that. Okay? You do whatever works for you. All right. So another thing too, another tip, I guess you could say, for people who are getting readings from me or anybody, I guess, for the first time, a helpful reading, an effective reading, a good reading should give you or reaffirm stuff that has already happened, should confirm things that are already going on, and should give you insight into what we call the future, things that we haven't yet experienced in the 3D. A good, helpful, healing reading should do that. Okay? Let's see what else I have here. Okay, readings are not to dictate every single aspect of your life. Okay? And what I mean by that is, my readings anyway are to help empower you on your healing journey. And if every single thing you needed to go to a reader for before you did anything about it would not be empowering, a reading from me, if we follow protocol as best we can, should give you enough that you will be able to make some really good decisions in your life in the near future. Okay? And I can't put a specific time on it because, again, it's going to determine what comes up. But from what I've been told, people have been able to benefit from information from reading, 6 months or more out. And I'm very grateful for that because, again, as a person who also periodically receives readings, I want to have some information, some helpful information that I can use. I want some tools that I can use. So something could come up in the reading and the solution may be you need to recite a certain affirmation. I also hold a master's in counseling, mental health, professional mental health counseling. I'm a healer. I'm a counselor. So my readings are therapeutic by default. Okay? You may cry, you may laugh, whatever, before the reading is over. And because as a healer, I deal with the underneath, a lot of the subconscious, unconscious stuff. And so something may show up in your reading that has happened early in your childhood that's affecting you now that you may not have even thought about. But it needs to be brought attention to because it's time for it to come to the surface and heal. And so we have that water element that goes deep within us, the primal water, the primordial water. That's what I meant to say, the primordial waters. And in that are things that are great, and in that are things that are not so great for a lot of us. And oftentimes we walk around and live and have our being ignoring those things. And so some things will come up because that's how I operate. That's the healing energy that operates in me. So, it's going to come up, and then the fire is going to burn it away. It's going to burn it. The wind is going to carry it, out to the ethers, and it's going to be healed if you allow it to be. And you will be centered and grounded in the element of earth, in the force of earth. So know that healing is going to take place if you participate and show up how you should and just relax and let things flow. When you and I connect and you get that reading, your life is supposed to change positively. I am that confident. I know what has happened to a lot of my clients. Unfortunately, a lot of my clients have been church folks who don't want anybody to know they've gotten a reading. So I'm out here having to toot my own horn, But anyway, it is what it is. You decide, you feel the vibe, and you'll know if it's right. And also, this is a good tip too about readers in general. A reader can decide not to read for you if they sincerely feel, and I guess some people might just decide to cancel on you, just whatever. But if you decide you want to read it from me, and I get the message that no, don't do it, I have the obligation to contact you and say, I apologize, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do this reading right now. Maybe another time, I'm not sure, whatever. Because there could be different reasons. It could be a permanent thing. It could be temporary. Maybe it could be, all right, now is not the time for you to read for this person for whatever reason. Okay. Or it could be, don't read for them at all. Because what if you're the person that is just trying to test me and spirit is like, you don't have time for that, Or what if you're the person that is very doubtful and it's gonna throw off I don't know. That's only happened a couple of times, but it can happen, and a reader has the right to deny you. And if you've already paid, then you could just have your money refunded. Okay. And another thing, as far as that is concerned, normally my readings are non-refundable unless I have to, have an emergency and cancel on you. Okay. So, and I do expect payment in advance. But when you book, we could talk more about that. And right now, you have to book via phone or email. queenofforces@gmail, of course. And again, 203-518-5335. You can leave a message there and I can call you back. But soon enough, you'll be booking on the website. I'm going to be getting some help. But if you would like to help, let me know that too. Okay, maybe we could work something out. All right, what else? This is kind of related to reading. Well, it is related to readings, but sometimes people contact me and they want a ritual done. I do not do rituals for people without doing a reading first, unless star, hashtag, comma, exclamation mark, unless Spirit says so. Okay? And there's a couple of reasons for that. Because, for example, again, I'm going to use love, okay? I'm going to use love because that's the most popular thing people want to reading about. Love, and then what is it? Money. So, for example, with love, somebody may contact me and say, hey, can you do a ritual for me to bring my lover back? They left me for someone else. I'm not inclined to do that. Okay, just straight out. Because first of all, you may not be in the right relationship, which is why that person might be doing that. I think a lot of us, because I'm going to make a video about something else related to this. We already passed 30 minutes. It is what it is. If you're still here, hey, thank you. But a lot of us are in relationships that we know we shouldn't be in the first place. That we knew within ourselves we got with this person knowing they weren't faithful or knowing something wasn't right. And then when they step out or do something that we just don't want to accept, and we're trying to make them be something else that they aren't, you don't do that. Sometimes you just need to go. Okay? So, for specific rituals, healing rituals, a reading should be done. I do keep a prayer list going at all times. And I take people's names and prayer requests and I put it in that box. I pray over people and I pray over those every single day. So you can always get on my prayer list. I don't really need to even know what you want a prayer request about as far as that's concerned, but you can, say a little something and I'll jot it down and put it in there. But you don't have to. So that's another way that you can receive some healing from me without an investment, without a monetary investment. And that will help you. So yeah, you could be with the person you should not be with in the first place, and maybe if you get a reading for your own healing journey, you may find out some information that will help you go ahead and separate, or you may find out some information that may say, okay, yeah, you could do some healing with this to help bring it back together. But I'm not going to be responsible for doing some stuff that don't need to be done. And that's what it is for me. And that's why I say readers have a right to deny a client, not only for a reading, but any type of healing work. Because some people will come to you and just flat out lie and say, such happened to me, and this person something needs to happen to them or whatever. And they could be flat out lying. I'm not getting my energy caught up in no mess knowingly. We're not doing that. So if you want healing rituals with me, 99.99999% of the time, a reading has to be done first. Okay, so you'll have to make that investment. All right, and again, there's things that could be done because investments for rituals have varying prices anyway. So that's kind of like a case by case basis. But anyway, that's that. So, because I know some people that, complain about that and they be like, I wanted to get some work done, but the lady said I got to do a reading first and I didn't want to do that. But that's probably why, people don't want to get caught up in the things that they don't need to get caught up in. And another thing, like when reading is over, I intentionally try to close out. No, I don't try. I intentionally close out that energy as best I can and leave that there because I can't carry your stuff with me. So if you call me later wanting to say something about it, I may not remember much because it's a lot. You know, it's a lot as a therapist, as a healer. It's a lot to be dealing with. So, of course, I have to consistently work with keeping my energy clear, and that's why there's boundaries too for my own energetic health as well. You know, if you want good readings from me, then you have to respect my boundaries so that I can be the best I can be for you, because we're not just dispensable beings that people can just throw around. And a lot of people have that mentality like, yes, we're here to serve. I'm a servant leader and proud of that, but I am very valuable, and has to be, and I have to be respected too. And I will give my clients the utmost respect. If I'm for whatever reason not respecting you, please let me know. Okay, but I intend no harm. What else? Another tip. Do not, I do not suggest you doing this. Because you want to know a certain thing, say again, we'll keep using love, I guess, as the example. But because you just want to know about this man, if you're a woman, just want to know about this man, or a man just want to know about this woman, and that's all on your mind, and you want a reader to give you that information, don't go hopping from reader to reader, back to back, because you want a specific answer about something. Again, trust. A reader from me, we always affirm whatever is for the highest and best good of this person shall come forth. Whatever is highest and best for this person, that needs to come through me. I am not to know every single thing about you. This is another thing, okay? I need to make a point about a general tip about readings and clients. Some clients think a reader is going to tell them everything about everything about everything. And if you don't know everything about everything about everything, then something is wrong. Nobody is supposed to know that. You are to be empowered. If you have a reader who constantly is like, you need to come back. You need to come back next week. I got to tell you this, got to tell you that. Think about that, okay? Now, granted, there are certain reasons why, you may want to, okay, especially if a certain thing comes up, or certain, say if you're like a client who, gets a whole healing package, like I'm working with you as far as counseling, I'm doing healing work with you, and I'm doing the readings, and we want to see progress, and we want to check on things, then yeah, you might have another reading, say in 3 months, or spirit may say 6 months for your whatever, again, everything is so intuitive. So I am working to package my packages better, but right now it still seems to be a little bit challenging for me, because everything for me is just kind of like the free flowing thing. But I do want to be able to offer more specific packages so that it will help clients and potential clients choose the service that's best for them. So please be patient with me. I have been doing this, on my own. So I am developing a team to assist. And I have to screen my team, So I am doing it. But, work with me, people. Excuse me. Let's see what else. I want to end this soon, because now we're going towards 40 minutes. Don't try to force a message. Relax. Okay. So back to that hopping from reader to reader. Be mindful of that, because that's not energetically safe, in my opinion, from my perspective and experience. From my perspective, we open ourselves up, and we have to have a level of vulnerability, with someone, so they can access the information needed, and my spirit team accesses your spirit team, and we work together. So if you're doing that over and over again with different people, and especially if you don't have good spiritual hygiene, we all fall off sometimes, even myself, and I have to get myself going, because again, as a therapist, healer, I have to keep my spiritual hygiene up, and I have to have good, positive boundaries to take care of myself. And sometimes I do fall short, and I'm like, get yourself up in here, sage, take a spiritual bath. You know what to do. All right? So everybody has to take care of themselves. So please, please don't run from pillar to post, as my mama would say. Run around here from pillar to post like a chicken with your head cut off. Don't do that. Take care of your spirit. All right? You need to understand that. And so oftentimes I instruct my clients to take a spiritual bath before and after your reading. Okay? That's a really good tip. Okay? So do that. Whoever you're getting a reading from, whether it's me or not. You know, that's something that you could do either way. So I think I'm going to wrap it up now. I do want to say this about pricing. Currently, your investment is $75 for a reading with me. That may increase in the future because, once again, I will toot my own horn. My readings are very, very thorough. They're very healing. And you will gain insight and empowerment to help improve your life. Let me remind you once again, I have a master's degree in counseling. I took my education very seriously. I'm an ordained minister, you know that. I do energy healing, Raseki, Kemetic Reiki, Usui Reiki. I have 2 other healing energy healing certificates. And I do my thing, and I take my healing work very seriously, which is why I am, now out here with my ministry and doing what I'm doing. And so I invite you to come along and join this mission and receive some healing and empowerment for your life, past and present. Okay? So thank you for staying with me this long. I hope this has been helpful. It should be very helpful if you follow protocol and allow me to just do my thing. You will receive a very powerful and life-changing reading from me. You will. Okay? So there you have it. Queen Weechi here, about to sign off. You can find me on Instagram at QOF Healing Ministries LLC. Email queenofforces@gmail.com. A phone number 203-518-5335. And there you have it. Okay? So you contact me when you're ready. If there's anything that I forgot, I'll just have to come back in the comments and type it up later. But thank you for listening, for watching. May the force of healing be with you now and always. Ashe. Uncle Jocelyn, life, prosperity, good health.